Well, welcome back, everybody. This is just a continuation of the biggest moments in League of Legends history, and I think it's going around for an hour right now. And we are looking at 2023. This is where my notes kind of stopped. And also, we are now officially 5 days from Worlds. So, welcome, everybody, to Thursday morning, by the way, October 9th, 2025. So, if you thought group stage was bad, oh, no, 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 no. They make it even worse. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Swiss. Oh man, it is more diabolical. It is absolutely diabolical. But it still have its best moments, of course. And this 2023 Worlds took place in Korea, mind you. And let's just see. It has the playing stage in which it was forgettable, to be honest. Kind of forgettable. More like BDS actually going through. And then they got a close series against PSG, and then Gambit supposed to be Team Wells. And, the whole playing stage was forgettable in most cases. And then we get to the Swiss stage, which, oh, listen, I'm sorry. I mean, KT roster, man. I mean, KT roster, just get the absolute nightmare field of a draw in which they get D plus twice, Weibo Gaming, LNG, and BLG. For God's sakes, man. Listen, when I say that Swiss get day just worse than groups, I mean it just matters. Like Ryan, right? Let me just tell you something. We had VCT champions, and it has the same 16 teams. It has a different format from you. You could have just done, this. You could have just done a double elimination group stage bracket and then a double elimination world bracket for the grand finals. And here's the kicker, Riot. Here's the kicker. All of this took place in about 3 weeks. 3 weeks. Like a 12-year-old would have known this format better. I'm sorry, man. It has flaws. Well, listen, I understand this is different from the group stages, but it has flaws. And then I don't know if UEFA kind of copied it, of course, and then decided to make it the group stage, of course. But let's be honest, man. The group stage was not best, but it's not the worst either. And this is making these things worse than it seems. Like, okay, NRG. NRG, for God's sakes. They've lost one Eastern team, and then it went on to beat Team Liquid, Mad Lions, and G2 in the finals. So, I mean, let's be honest, the NRG beating G2 was wild beyond belief. So the fact that NRG actually made it to the quarterfinals without beating a single Eastern team, and by the way, they lost to the same team, Weibo. They lost to the same team. What the frick? That's just not it. That is absolutely not it. The Team Liquid team bombed out pretty hard. They even have Purishik, by the way. They have the all Korean team in the LCK in Team Liquid, and it bombed up completely horrible. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I have nothing to say about this group, this Switch. This is absolute hard garbage. BLG versus Gen G was an event. So does Weibo Gaming versus BLG. The fact that Weibo Gaming made it to the made it to the finals was incredible. It's shocking to me. It has the same defeat of a DRX run, but in LPL terms. And if you want to know why Cajal go gaga on the shy, this is the series. This is probably the run that happens. It did not stop T1. No, it did not stop T1. Once T1 figured this whole thing out, they are inevitable. And in fact, T1 did not start from here. No, T1 started off by beating BLG and maybe like the two North American teams and lost to Gen G. And let's be honest, if T1 would have faced off against any team other than the LPL teams, I think you could say that Gen G would have won the Worlds. Just saying. So they beat BLG and then they beat LNG and then they beat JDG, who at the time was the best team. Now, 2022, that was like JDG slowly becoming a beast. They were good, but they were not good. 2023 was supposed to be the year that JG dominated, the year to go to gold. And by Faker's year, Ruler in that spot, the same exact spot that would happen in 2017 when he killed in mid lane, he just single-handedly destroyed JDG's hopes. And also Kanavi on Belvet just ruined his career as well on the Dragon Pit. Yeah, they will never recover from that. Literally never recover from that. The finals was formality. I mean, my brain must be thinking to myself, if T1 were to lose to Weibo Gaming in front of their friends and family in Korea, it will be like the end of all wars, ladies and gentlemen. It will be Armageddon for them, for the T1 fan base, for the Korean teams, for Faker, of course. But thankfully, it didn't happen. Thank God we avoided disaster, and this finals was not even close. Like, Zeus just absolutely bodied the Shy. It was not even a close contest. I mean, the Australia versus India cricket finals that at the same time was more interesting than this. So, yeah, it was not even a close series. And T1 went on to recapture the world they've lost from 2015 and 16. And here's the irony part, they get to do it again. Yeah, they are now the two-time defending champions. And of course, same Swiss, by the way, still hates it. But we have play-ins. Yay! And would you look at that? 100 Thieves lost to R7. Oh, yeah. The scarring of North America still continues, even into this day. It's marvelous. It's absolutely marvelous. And, all right, you lost to PSG as well, who were pretty dominant back then. You could say that they were pretty good from 2021 MSI onwards, although they have not been the same, of course, this year's version. But PSG are a scary, scary team to play. And also, we get the last time we get to see North America and we get to see CB Law and LA facing each other, and it was just sad, man. It's really, really sad to come down to this. But again, it is what it is. You can't do nothing about it. So, anyways, we're back to the group. We're back to the Swiss. And yeah, I mean, the Swiss was different, of course. The Swiss was different. The Swiss was absolutely different. You know, Gen.G beat some of the dominant teams, including Honda Life Esports. LNG was LNG beat BLG and likewise G2 once again. G2 once again faced BLG and lost. In fact, they got Honda Life Esports, T1, and BLG. Jesus Christ, that's just cruel. Absolutely cruel. When you see what I mean when I say the group stage was flawed? You see what I mean? And then you got pretty much everything else: BLG, FlyQuest, Weibo, Top Esports, Honda Life Esports, all the kind of stuff. And you're thinking to yourself, Akeem, when FlyQuest faced off against Gen.G, I had no chance for FlyQuest to even win a game. Not even a game against Gen.G. Boy, oh boy, I was wronger every minute. They were up 2-1 against Gen.G. They were literally 2-1 up against Gen.G. If they win, it will be the biggest upset in all of Worlds. Bigger than, like, the Misfits T1 series, of course. It'll be huge for, like, North America at the time when, pre the announcement of the LTA. Oh my goodness, would I love to have that momentum again. And sadly, it did not happen. Yeah, Gen.G beat them. They come back from 2-1 down to beat them 3-2. We got the incredible. I think this was a series with a double Galio ult happened with Silas and Galio. Yeah, I think it happened. That ended BLG's way 3-1 against Honor Life Esports, which, by the way, denied Gen.G the Golden Road. And I think they were kind of slightly favorites, the second favorites, of course, when it happened. T1 just beat another LPL team because why not? Weibo beat LNG, and then they lost to BLG in the finals. And then T1 crushes Gen.G, crushes all their hopes and dreams. And that leads us to our current grand finals, our recent grand finals, in which if you are a BLG fan, you're up 2-1 against T1 in front of some of their fans against London. Well, you can say that 99%, 98% are mostly T1 fans in that stadium. If you're a BLG fan and you're up 2-1, you must be feeling absolutely confident. The fact that Knight is about to win Worlds, it's the first Chinese mid laner to ever win. Everything is going your well. History make it, and then Faker just happened. Faker just happened. Not the greatest player in the world at the current moment. When it matters the most, he just does some incredible stuff, especially the Game 5, especially the Galio in Game 5. That was clutchness with a capital C and a K in the middle, of course. And T1 and Reckless won Worlds. And they're now defending two-time champion. And we got some pretty good moments, of course, from there. I already mentioned, of course. We got the return of Linkin Park, although the female version of Linkin Park, and the fact that we didn't get to sadly hear that song again, Heavy in the Crowd, which by the way is an album song. It's back. It's not against Linkin Park. It's that the original Linkin Park dies when the original singer dies. And just saying, you could just gone with a different name. That's all. That's just all. So that should totally be it for all the moments and matches for Morals. And oh, let me just see if I can have a favorite match. I think the grand final is my favorite match. I think I believe the semifinals of 2024 was also my favorite match. 2023 was my favorite match. The World 2023 matchup. So there you go. That's all my moments, of course. And that is where I'm going to finish this video, of course. I'm talking softly because it's 12:30 a.m. in the night and I don't want to disturb many people. And my mom and my dad are sleeping there. So yeah, anyways, thank you all for watching this whole thing. Tomorrow we'll be answering all the questions, the 10 biggest questions going into Worlds this year, and I'm gonna answer them all. And if we get like more crazy news, like someone being disqualified from Estral and not even being involved in the qualifying, or the Asian Invitational news, all kind of stuff, I will provide you that along with all the coverage. I mean, yes, I know this is World's Week, but there is still some chaos going on. Pretty much off season and beyond. So until then, thank you all for watching. Like, comment, subscribe to this video. Hopefully we get to 50 subscribers by the end of Worlds or the end of this year, whichever comes first. And I'll see you guys next time. Ciao.